Hi, I'm Judas Yahya from OSPROV. Are you having problem with automating your business process? We're going to help you automate this using our cloud software to increase your efficiency and reduce your operating costs. Okay, welcome back to our episode 4 of learning programming with PHP Laravel. It's raining cats and dogs today, so I hope you guys, ladies and gentlemen, are okay today. I know it's a good time to sleep right now, but let's move on with our learning today. So we're going to learn about setting up the environment. So we're going to do PHP programming. Of course, we need to set up our computer or laptops to suit the programming environment, because you need to install a lot of tools to start doing programming using PHP Laravel. So let's look into this and see how we can set up the environment. Alright, so let me just change this. Change the screen. Okay, actually there are two ways of setting up the environment for PHP Laravel. Okay, you can. Okay, the normal way that people use is, I think they use this XAMPP. You guys can see my screen. Okay, usually they will use this XAMPP to install your PHP Laravel. Of course, this one is good in the sense it's a bundle, so everything is packaged together. So if you want to use this, feel free to use it, no problem. So you can go to Apache Friends and download this XAMPP. From XAMPP, you will see that it will include the web server, the Apache, Mysql, FTP server, mail server, Tomcat, and then of course your programming language. It bundles together also with Perl, if you want to use Perl, another programming language. And then they have this PHP MyAdmin. The reason we're having PHP MyAdmin is to manage properly. Hi Afrul, thank you for liking the stream. And then we have Webalizer and also the fake send mail. This one is to simulate sending email from your programming language and from PHP Laravel. Okay, you can see you need to follow this step. You go to the installation folder, blah blah blah, and then of course you need to enable the firewall. And then of course you can see here where you can control the services. You have Apache, MySQL. Okay, and then of course you need to install the composer. Laravel is using so-called composer. This one is like we can call it a package controller, where you can install any plugins from PHP Laravel easily. So you can use this one. And then of course after you install the PHP composer, you install Laravel using this one. Composer global require Laravel installer. And then of course you can create the steps later on. Okay, but I'm not going to use this one. I think if you want to use this one, go ahead. You can go to this website, study section blog, how to install Laravel on Windows 10. So let me just plug this in. Okay, you can use this one if you want, no problem. But the method that I'm going to use is I'm going to install PHP Laravel using, I'm going to use Windows Subsystem for Linux. So actually in Windows, starting from Windows 10, if you go to, let me just open it. If you go to Control Panel, okay, under Programs, okay, when you go inside here, okay, you can go to turn Windows features on or off. So you can click under here. Okay, let's scroll down. Okay, you have Windows Subsystem for Linux here. So it provides services and environment for running native, you can see here, native user mode Linux shell and tools on Windows. So it means that if you install this Windows Subsystem for Linux, what happens is that you can go to Windows Store. Okay, I already installed this one. So if you want to install Windows Subsystem, please enable this first. You go to the Windows features, and then you check on this Windows Subsystem. Okay, after you run it, definitely it's going to you need to restart a few times. Okay, and then the best thing after that, you can go to Windows Store. Okay, you can go to Windows Store here. Isaac, thank you for watching. Okay, let's go to... If you guys have any question, you can feel free to ask me, either in Malay or English. I can answer it, no problem. Okay, we can go under here. You can search for... In this case, I'm going to search for Ubuntu. Okay, so after you've installed the Windows Subsystem, you can actually install a Linux distribution into your Windows laptop. So in this case, you have all these options. I'm using this Ubuntu 18.04. So you click on here. Okay, and then okay, mine is already installed. If not, you install this one. Okay, after the successful installation of this Ubuntu, now you can actually go to your start, and then you can just type Ubuntu. So you're going to have an apps there. Just run it, and you're going to get into this shell. Okay, it's like having a virtual machine, but it's not actually virtual machine. This Windows Subsystem will translate all the Ubuntu coding and everything, and it will translate it to Windows kernel. If you understand the kernel is like the OS layer lah. So it will translate it to Windows. So it's like having a native. It's like running a native performance, but you have Linux inside your box inside your laptop. Alright, okay, so I prefer to use this because if you see in the instruction, if you look in the instruction in the web, when they ask you to learn about PHP and all that, usually it's more on using Unix, using Linux. So they will ask you, okay, to install and install all this. So if you're using a Windows environment, then it's going to be a little bit hard for you because the instruction might not suit to your needs. Alright, so once you already establish this Windows Subsystem, so you can use all the what we call Linux command. So I can, for example, I just want to display directory, so I can display directory here. So it can also link to your, you can see here, it's actually from my Windows. So it's from C drive, my users directory, and this one is my name, my username, and all that. So it's actually linking back to your Windows folder lah. So no issues there. Okay, let's try a bit. Okay, once you have this environment set up, then you can follow all the instruction here. So we can see, okay, if you use this, okay, use this one. Let me just pause it here. Okay, this for Linux like environment. Okay, right. Alright, so okay, you can see here after we already installed everything. Okay, now we need to install the PHP version. So we can just, okay, you can just go to this website. You just copy this command line and then just paste it in here, and then you can run it. Okay, next. Okay, of course you need to update your repository. So use this one. Okay, to update and upgrade your repo. Okay, next, what do we have? Okay, and then you need to install everything here. Okay, this is all the necessary PHP component. They have the module here. So here I have, for example, okay, the FPM. Later on we will use engines for if you want to use a web server engine. So this one is the module, the fast CGI module for PHP. And then of course you have the MySQL libraries, so it's PHP MySQL. And then the CLI is the command line interface. And then curl is for HTTP. You can use HTTP using command line. And then of course this one is the rest. You have the XML, zip, string, and all that. Alright, so just follow the instruction under here, and then okay, and then this one is for valet, but I'm not going to use valet because I'm just going to use okay, valet is if you have valet, then you can have something like the following. If you see under here, if you enable this one, you can do it lah, but this one is a little bit more advanced. You have to do all the DNS configuration, so I don't want to mess up with my network setting. So I'm going to use just the simple okay, example here. When I go to, let me clear the console. Okay, when I go to my example here, okay, let's see what we have. Okay, let's say it's this one. Okay, I can just use PHP Artisan Surf to run it in my web browser lah. So if I run this one, okay, it will run. Okay, let me just take one cd. Okay, PHP Artisan Surf. Then it will just load this into your you can access the web locally lah. Okay, but this one is still running, so you have to wait a while for it to run. Okay, so if this is okay, yeah, Laravel development server started, and this is the port number. So now if I hit here, okay, I can run my local environment settings. Right? Okay. So let's cancel this back. Okay, let's go back to our tutorial on how we can set up. So okay, if you use this valet, the Laravel valet, you can have something like, okay, you have your, like here it uses test site.test, so you can actually type something like if I have OSPROV, I'm going to use like this .test, and it will open to your particular application lah. But I'm not going to use this one. Like I mentioned, I'm just using PHP Artisan Surf locally. Okay, so what else do we have here? Okay, once you have already install all this, okay, you need to, after you install PHP, okay, the next thing is to download the composer. So okay, use this one. Okay, you use the curl http get composer installer. Okay, this will get the composer, PHP composer, so that we can run our Laravel program. And then you have sudo php okay, you run this one to set up the composer. So once everything is okay, okay, you can run this one, composer global update. This one is just to update your composer installation. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, and then okay, you can add the path inside your bash file. So let's go to let's go to your home directory. Okay, you can put it inside your bash rc. Okay, so you can see that you can put under here, but because I'm using I'm using another shell, so I'm using my ZSH, so that's where I put all the settings. More ZSHRC. Yeah, so I put the composer under here, under path here. So the reason why we put that, so that you can run code. Okay, let's take one example. Okay, let's go to, okay, so I can run composer install here. So it will install all our PHP Laravel dependency if you have any. So into this directory lah. So that's an example lah. So once you do the composer global update, okay, you can add the path. So you already add the one. Okay, and then of course if you want to use Valet, you can use Valet lah. But I'm not going to use Valet. Okay, but okay, when you use the Windows subsystem, when you close this window, it will not run all the. For example, let's say you already installed the MySQL, so it won't run the MySQL automatically. So that's the problem with it. But okay, to mitigate this, what you can do is, okay, let me just wait for this installing to complete. And I'm going to show how you can mitigate that. Okay, let's just wait a few minutes. If it's taking too long, then I'm going to cancel it, just in the interest of time. Okay, you can see that they are installing all the packages. So here you can see that it's installing the routing, the process. Okay, because PHP Laravel, some of the base code are based on Symfony. This is the package by another group developing this framework. So they have this Symfony framework. So Laravel uses some of these components. So you can see that you have Symfony here for the HTTP foundation. And then you have, for example, the HTTP kernel, the string. You also have the email validator, Swift mailer to send mail. And then Carbon is for dates. So this is one of the famous package for date handling in PHP. So we have that one. Okay, and then it's here for like math. So you have a few things inside. So just let's wait for a few seconds. Alright, it's going to take a while. If you have any comments, please feel free to ask. Okay, here you can see that at the end they installed the Laravel framework. So this is what we want, the Laravel framework. Okay, let's get back to our to the Windows subsystems environment. Okay, after this, what we're going to do is we're going to add the bash script additional to run the MySQL. So it will auto start the MySQL. And if you have any other else like the Nginx web server, if you want to use that one, so you can also add that one. Okay, I think we're wrapping up. So here also a package for using PDF, DOM PDF. So as you can see, there's a lot of package there. Everything is there, so you do not have to reinvent the wheel and code from scratch. You can just use whatever you have here. Okay, while waiting, let me just open up another another session. So to run this one, once you already install Ubuntu, you can just type Ubuntu and you just click. You just click and it will run this console. Okay. Alright, so let's see the script that we did. Okay, let me use Nano here. This one is just a text editor inside Linux environment. Okay, you can see that in here I start this up for PHP lah. So you can see that, okay, if you use Valet, then you put Valet, but I'm no longer using that. Maybe I just can comment this out lah. Okay, supervisor is to restart all your services. Okay, and then you have the Redis server. Redis server is a in-memory key value pair. That one I will explain later lah. It's just one of the component that you can use. This one is especially useful when you want to queue your jobs. For example, this job is in PHP is running a lot of time, so you can actually queue this into a job queue, and this job queue to maintain it centrally, you can use Redis server. Okay, and then here is where we want to have using MySQL. So you have, this is where you're going to start your MySQL server lah. So I put here under here sudo service MySQL start. Okay, and then the rest, this one if you have Docker lah. If not, you can just you don't put this one lah. So you just I put the ampersand at the back. This ampersand is the hash is actually for commenting lah in bash shell. Alright, so that's all. That's how you can run. Okay, now the next step after you set up the environment, you want to start creating your database. So if your MySQL is running correctly, you can just try using the root username, root password that you have, and then you can just give the password. Okay, so you have the MySQL console here, and then you can use the database that you have lah. So that's how you know that your MySQL is working correctly. Okay, how about Laravel? So let's check whether your Laravel installation everything is okay. Okay, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to start developing using Laravel Jetstream. They have this. Okay, if you look at Laravel Jetstream, okay, you can see here Laravel Jetstream. This one is one of the features that Laravel have to quickly start developing your application easily lah. So you can see here that Laravel Jetstream is a beautiful design application scaffolding. So when they talk about scaffolding, imagine when you want to build a building, you have this scaffold. Scaffold is like a structure where from there you can rebuild the building easily lah. So you can have your workers they can climb on the scaffold to start to build things lah. So that's the analogy lah of what scaffolding is. So you can see that it provides the starting point for including everything, login, registration, email, and everything. So I'm going to read this one. This is first time for me also, something new for me. So let's just read how we can install this. So we go to installation, installing Jetstream. Okay, into your new Laravel project. Oh, okay. After installing Jetstream package, you can do this. Alright, so but I think there's another one I've read somewhere that you can actually use Jet. Just type Jet to install a new Laravel instance. Let me check. Laravel with Jet. Laravel with Jet command. Yeah, here. Laravel, new project name. Okay, let's just try. So I'm going to create a new project. Okay, let's test Laravel. Okay, this is working. So if you one of the way that to know that everything is working, you can type Laravel, and here let me just check. Laravel is okay. We can also check the version. Okay, this one the installer. Okay, you have to check the version inside. You have to create the project first. So let's let's try one. Yeah, I'm going to test. Okay, Laravel. Okay, let me just name the project. Okay, I'm going to do a project called eHirat. Hi Amira, thank you for watching Laravel eHirat. Okay, I'm going to use the jet command. Okay, let's. The jet option doesn't exist. Okay, then we have to use the manual here lah. Okay, let's just create a new project. Laravel new eHirat. Okay, it's going to craft my new application. It's going to take a while, so just test. Just wait. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, we going to use. Okay, we need to run Composer to include this package, the Laravel Jetstream. So let's try. Connection timeout. Right. Seems that they're unable to get the latest Laravel zip. Okay, as mentioned, I'm going to use this Laravel Jetstream because okay, you have even with Laravel, you still need to build everything up. Meaning that you need to create your login page, you will need to create the registration page, you need to create all those. Even though the component is there, you still need to do some coding. But using Jetstream, it will create all these pages for you. So you can see that. Okay, example. I think they have some example. Okay, when you install it, so you will have something like this. So you have this dashboard, everything including the user login. So everything is already built in there. Okay, here you can see if you're new to Livewire, we can check out the screencast. So let's do this while waiting. Oh, still connection timeout. Okay, let's see what's the issue is all about. Okay, sometimes programming is like this. You're going to have a issue. What you need to do first is you need to Google. That's the most important thing to do. Google is your teacher. So before you ask for anybody's help, you do this first. Server blah 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 is the same error. Okay, why? Updating doesn't work. Reinstalling. Okay. It asked me to reinstall. Okay, let's try. But okay, I've read that they miss. There's an issue with updating the Laravel. They update the Composer, but never mind. We just try. Let's see. If anything, let's pray for the best. Hope. Okay, let me remove version on Composer. I should upgrade. No, I think there's an issue with Composer 2.0. I've read somewhere lah, but so let's not update anything. We just use the old Composer. Okay, let's just wait a while. Right. So okay, we remove the global. Alright. Alright. So let's follow the instruction here to solve our problem. Hopefully it works after this. Okay, yeah. We should upgrade, but we're not going to upgrade yet. Not yet, because I think, yeah. Let me just quickly check. Composer 2 issues. Composer 2 issues for Laravel. Yeah, I think they have problem with Laravel. I've read somewhere. I can't remember where yet, but never mind. Okay, so let's try Laravel new. Okay, let me try the Jet. Okay. So I can now use the new component after I updated my Laravel installer. I can now use the Jetstream. So which Jetstream stack do you prefer? So let's read. Let's read first. Okay, which one do I prefer? I'm going to use Vue.js. Vue.js is a framework for JavaScript, but it's really nice, really clean. So I'm going to use this one. Inertia.js plus Vue. Okay. So I'm going to choose this second option. Let's press 1. Inertia, right? Let me check. Okay, yeah, Inertia. Will your application use Teams? No, I'm alone, so I'm not going to use Teams yet. Alright. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, see, you can see that it's installing the latest Laravel version 8.4. So I'm going to use the latest one for my project. Okay, but don't worry, if you have other existing project, usually once you already install everything, it will lock that application into a certain number lah. So meaning that you don't have to worry that the latest Laravel will break your old application, because your application will lock. The composer will log it to the old version, so there's no problem in that lah. Okay, let's just wait a while. Okay, let me just read something from this Laravel Jetstream. Okay, we're going to use Inertia.js as its templating language, building an Inertia application. Okay. Okay. In other words, this stack gives you the full power of Vue.js without the complexity of client-side routing. So we can use the standard Laravel router. Later on we will learn in our tutorial, but not today, on the routing concept and all that. Okay, which one is this? Is this the one? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm going to remove this one. Okay, it's installing, so we wait a while. Sometimes it seems to stuck, then you just can press enter lah to see whether is it the installation stuck, or is actually there's still progress lah. So sometimes just hit enter a few times. Downloading. Okay, alright. Okay, usually it's going to take a while when you do installation, so just wait, chill out, do something else, and yeah, just wait. Also, depending on your machine capacity, if it's a slow machine, then it's going to be really slow lah. Sometimes it can take up to about 20 minutes, so depends on your laptop or desktop performance. Alright, let's wait. A few minutes more. Wow, it's already 6:30. Okay. Hopefully you guys already had your lunch and now just waiting for your dinner. It's raining, so we cannot go anywhere with the PKP and all. So let's just chill and learn about Laravel. Okay, he's already installing the Laravel framework. Okay, let's just wait a few more minutes. Okay, let's just see inside this Jetstream documentation. What else do we have? Okay, let's read something. Okay, let's read about the structure. What do we have? Okay, Jetstream have a certain structure here. You have the views pages. We publish a variety. Okay, this one is normal. You're going to publish it to resource views. Okay, I'm using inertia. Yes. So the pages are okay. So that's slightly different. When I'm using inertia, my pages will be published to your resources JS pages. Because I'm using Vue.js, which is a JavaScript, so it's going to publish it under here. Okay, we can free to customize as needed. Okay, good to know. Alright, so we're going to have this main dashboard. The main view of your application is published at, okay, but I'm not using Livewire, I'm using Inertia, so it's going to have these pages. JS pages dashboard view. Okay. Next one, what do we have? Actions. Action classes are published to your application. What is this? This is a new concept for me. Action classes typically perform a single action and correspond to a single Jetstream feature. Okay, this might be like a generic class. So actions. You are free to customize the classes if you like to the back-end behavior of Jetstream. Okay. Never mind, later on we'll just see what is this all about. Tailwind. Okay, Tailwind is the CSS framework they're using. Livewire, I'm not using Livewire. Okay, what else we have? We have application logo. Alright. So I'm using Initia. If you are using, you should first publish. Alright, okay, so I should do this next. Yeah, so let's just watch. Still not completed. Let's wait a while. Okay, just remember after this I have to do this. Initia, and then next you should customize the SVG, blah blah blah. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to modify anything yet. This one is for the logo. Just using the default one. You should rebuild your asset. Okay, if I already change this, I should rebuild my assets. Okay, understood. Okay, let's see our progress. Hi, Sufyan. Thank you for watching. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's updating it. Hi, Ahmad Ali. Thank you for liking the stream. Alright. Okay, application key. Okay. Okay, in Laravel, they have this concept called application key. So this one is for more on the security for your application. So they have this application to know that this application belongs to a particular application. And this one is especially when you want to publish in the server. So your application will correspond to the application key, corresponding application key. Let me try if I can. Okay, let me just increase the font size a bit. Maybe 20. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're getting to the end now. Writing log file. Alright, so it already do this for us. They created the migration file. Later on I will explain what this is about. Right now we just trying to show that our installation, everything that we learned today is already completed successfully. Right. Okay, let's look back at the manual here. Okay, what else I'm going to need to run? Okay, we already install. Okay, do I need to? Okay, after installing Jetstream, you should install and build your npm dependency. Okay, I should also run this one. But I already run using Laravel / Jet, so I think this step is already skipped. Also, they already migrated. I think I need to publish this Livewire, so I'm going to copy this one. Okay, let's just wait. Alright, 3 installs. Okay. Okay, so initial scaffolding install successfully. Please execute the npm install and npm run. Okay, it's already running it automatically. So we do not need to. I think we can skip all the steps explained here. So I think the new one, you can just type this one. I'm going to put it in the comment section. You can just type new, your project name, and then just type jet. So it will install Jetstream for you, like what happened right now. Okay, for those who are here, if you are curious, this one is not Linux, it's actually Windows. This one is what we call Linux Windows Subsystem, meaning that you can run Linux inside a Windows 10, but without having to install any virtual machine or whatever kind of technology lah. You can just, it's already built in into Windows. You can just enable the feature. You can, after this live video is ended, you can just view back. You can rewind back my tutorial. You can see how I did that. How do I enable that features? It's taking a while. I think most of the time during programming is actually you have to wait, that's all. Because yeah, it is going to install all the packages, so it's taking some times. So just be patient. Okay, we're halfway there. I'm actually excited to see how Jetstream is going to scaffold this application, because this is my first time using Jetstream. So let's just see how it goes. Hopefully you guys are excited as me. Right? Okay, nearly there. Okay, while waiting, let's just read more on the documentation. So programming is in part is a lot of reading. So you need to read because why? If you don't read, you just start doing. What will happen is that you're going to reinvent the wheel. Most likely you're going to start coding, and then when you realize, when you just Google it, somebody else already created it. So might as well you use that one. So please learn to Google, learn to read. Alright, so let's see. We have the application component. Okay, I think maybe I just need to do this one, but if you're using initial, you should first publish. Yeah, but I think it's let's just see whether it's already published or not. Okay, let's look at the features that we have. Okay, let's look at authentication. Okay. So once this is installed, I'm going to have a very nice login page. I just need to change the logo. So everything is going to be configured for me here. What else do Laravel 45? Okay, they are using this Laravel 45, which is a front-end agnostic authentication, back-end for Laravel. Okay, don't be intimidated with the agnostic words. This one in IT, they really love to use this jargon. What it means is that they don't have any preferences to whatever framework you have. Meaning that this one is framework neutral lah. Meaning that whatever front end you use, they can support it lah. When Jetstream install, okay, they're going to have a configuration file here. Later on, we will see. Okay, if you don't want to use, we can disable it. Alright. Okay, views, blah blah blah, authentication related views are stored. Okay, in views. Okay, and then how to customize the rendering. Okay, here is simply how we can customize later on. Action. Okay, this one is the validation rule for our password. Okay, so we can have a policy where we can determine, okay, for password it must be length 10, and then must be some uppercase. Okay, this is good, this is new. I'm going to use this one. Customizing the authentication process. So, authenticate using, okay, alright. So you can determine what. Hi, welcome to the stream, Halila. Okay, authenticate using, okay, here the default is using email, so you can change this one if you want. This one is for customization lah, but let's just use default lah. We'll see how it goes. Email verification. Okay, I'm going to have email verification. Okay, let's look whether we already completed. Oh, not yet. Oh my god, this is taking a while. 70% now. Okay, you have email verification. Okay, it supports sorry, newly registered user to verify the email. Okay, but it's disabled by default. Alright. Also, we can just uncomment in the features under this config file to enable it. Alright, that's handy. We also have two-factor authentication. So this is cool. I'm not sure how they implement this yet, so we're going to see how to enable the two-factor authentication. Alright, and then what we have, features, profile management. Okay. You have this beautiful profile scaffolding, so you can have this once we install it. Okay, we're done. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's publish this one. Sorry. Oh yeah, this one. I'm using the inertia stack. Okay, let's run. Okay, publishing completed. Okay, let's look at the code. I'm not going to use this one. Sorry, let's close this one. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. So let's see. Okay, we need to enable the MySQL. So this is first you edit the environment file. Okay, this is my MySQL instance. So I'm going to use this database. Okay, I'm going to use this username I already created. The rest I think we can leave default lah, but if you want you can just change it lah. Okay, now let's go back to our MySQL. Sorry, U is for username. You put your username. In my case I'm using OSPROV, so I need to put the password. So let's create the database first. Right? Alright. Okay, so first thing that we need to do, we need to migrate the create the database. So let's use migration. Okay, since we already running this one, let me just explain. Okay, migration is you can have something inside Laravel under database. You have this migration. Okay, let's take one. So using a Laravel PHP code, they can actually create the database table inside. So you do not need to bother with okay, I need to create using SQL, what is the name, the email, everything. So you can see that all have been created using this what we call migration file. So when you do the PHP artisan migrate, it's actually migrating all these files. So when I go to my MySQL, OSPROV, okay, OSPROV 1, 2, 3. Let's use hierarchy, show tables. See, everything is there, so I can. It's all been created for you without you having to know a single SQL. So everything is already, you already need to know PHP and it will create it for you. So this is the migration file. Okay, so I think let's see how our application looks like using Jetstream. Okay, let's open the web browser. Let's go to the localhost. Okay. Alright, so let's try our login. Nice. Okay, see, this is a scaffolding, so you have an email and everything. So what's the default password? Let me just check on the seeder. Okay, there's no seeders. Okay, let's close this one first. Okay, use hierarchy. Use hierarchy is to use the database, and then show tables. Let me check. Select from users. It's empty. So I think we need to register, I guess. Okay, let me run back. Okay. Okay, let's just try. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I have my dashboard. Everything is beautifully designed. I have my profile. Okay. Yeah. Even the two-factor authentication, or is using Google Authenticator. Wow, you also have single. You can manage the session. This is really nice, because if you're using default Laravel, you're not going to have this one. And then you can also delete your account. All right, nice. So that's it, guys. We've managed to set up our environment for Laravel. So on the next episode, we're going to start. Maybe I teach a few concept on programming, maybe about the variable and all that. Then we can start get our hands dirty and start programming. All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and if you haven't followed our page yet, please follow and turn on the notification, because without that, you're not going to receive when I'm going to go live. So if you really think this is really useful for you, the tutorial, please follow and share it with somebody else who might really want to learn programming and might require this, and please share it to them. The more people share, the better, because I'm doing this for free. I want people to really learn about programming, so that we can have a lot of programmers in this world. As you can see, for STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Math, in Malaysia is ridiculously low. So if we want to become a developed nation, we definitely need to increase our Science, Technology, Engineering, Math, including programming. So the more we have programmers in Malaysia, the better position we are. Alright, thank you. Bye bye.